Welcome to another episode of the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined as always with my partner in crime, Joey Caps Gaming, or as I call him, Brother Joe. How you doing, Brother Joe?
I'm okay. How are you? Yeah.
No, we're going to be happy today. We're going to be hopeful today because this is a podcast about high hopes, about Bethesda having something, a surprise coming, a big surprise for the community. That's what we're selling to the audience.
King, I sure hope so! I can use one! I can use a surprise from BGS. Let's go!
Or let me ask you, am I the high hopes and you're the Eeyore of the podcast?
Listen, the one, and I have to hand it to BGS. I really do. They're really great at surprising us.
They are.
Right. Fallout 4, I've said this probably a zillion times in my lifetime. Fallout 4, that game was revealed to the public June 2015. June 3rd on a Wednesday, I believe. That's when the trailer first came out. So, and before that, we had no idea that the game even existed. You could talk about the leaked scripts, whatever. We had no idea. No official confirmation. So, BGS, they could surprise us.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind. But will they? I don't know.
And that's our hopes. The whole idea of our podcast today is, and we mentioned this just a little bit last week, but I really want to focus in on it this week because this is now the first year, or at least the longest we have gone without a roadmap for Fallout 76. In 2019, we got the roadmap in February. I'm talking about the yearly roadmap, not the 3-month roadmap. In 2020, we got it in May. That was the one aberration. It was late. Then in 2021, 2022, we both got them in February, okay? So normally February is when we got the roadmaps. This year, we've gotten nothing. We've got the little 3-month things, nothing. We know what's coming this summer. We have no idea what's coming this fall or this winter. Could it be, Brother Joe, because they have something very, very special planned because there's something else Fallout that may be coming out this fall, being the Fallout TV show?
I would knock my socks off.
Now, let's talk about that just for a minute, and there is a real possibility that the Fallout TV show could be coming out this fall. In fact, it is listed. Go ahead. What is that website that you told me about just a minute ago?
IMDb.
Where they rate and review and do all kinds of things on TV shows and movies. It is listed as a 2023 TV show. They're still projecting it as a 2023 TV show. We know that they finished filming. They were done filming. This is absolutely for sure and confirmed by the actors by February of this year. And everything I know and can see, it takes from 6 months to 9 months to do the editing, the sound work, the special effects work, all that stuff to put a show together. Well, if you go 6 months, that's August. You go 9 months, that's November. So sometime this fall. Could it be this fall that we get the release of the Fallout TV show? I've always been saying either this fall or next spring. If that's the case, if we're going to get it this fall, we may yet get a trailer at the Xbox Direct coming up on the 11th. Boy, that will be exciting as well.
What random thought, and if someone can leave a comment, King, if you happen not to know this, when did the Last of Us TV show come out?
Oh goodness!
When did it? When was when? When was it? When was it?
We can look it up. I do not know.
Look it up really fast on my handy dandy phone. The reason why I bring that up is because last year they released The Last of Us. Okay, the first episode was back in January. Okay. So they released The Last of Us remake last year, I believe in June. So it's almost been out for a year. Supposedly, this kind of works out with what we're talking about. After every episode, after every brand new episode that aired with The Last of Us, a bunch of more copies sold of the video game, like a lot.
Yes.
And they just kept selling and selling and selling and selling. So
same with The Witcher, we talked about last week.
So it's just like, okay, it would be smart for them to do something, whether that's around 76, whether that's the Fallout 4 next gen upgrade. It would be smart for them to capitalize on the potential popularity of the Fallout TV show.
You're going to have people going to Fallout, is what you're saying.
Yes.
You're going to have people going from the TV show to gaming.
Yeah.
And it's natural for some of them, at least, to go to the game that is ongoing, which is Fallout 76.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
Surely Bethesda has planned ahead and thought, hey, we need something. Well, let me give you a little more and remind you of something that might also get you excited. We have at least 4 studios now, that have been named to be helping Austin with Fallout 76. That cannot be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Now, we do know that Austin, or part of Austin anyway, is working on Spy Team, which is why they need help. But 4 studios, we have Double 11, Spirasoft, Skybox Labs, and Art Bully Productions. Now, Art Bully Productions does mainly 3D rendering and that kind of stuff. But that's 4 studios. Plus, we know that Dallas, which is another Bethesda Game Studios, has been helping Austin at times. So that is possibly 5 studios that is helping Austin on Fallout 76. Now, are you telling me with what we've got lately, which is a bunch of redos, reskins, and just a new season here and there, is that all they're doing? Or are they waiting to surprise us with something big? That's, again, my hopes.
Yeah.
Why else would they not give us a roadmap this 1 year? This is the 1 year we have not given a roadmap. Have they given up on the game, or do they have something special planned for this year?
I feel like if they gave up on the game, you would think they would say something. So in a way, this silence isn't a bad thing.
And we know
it doesn't have to be bad.
And we know they haven't totally given up on the game, because we know this summer we've got 2 new cryptids coming. They're about to come out.
Yeah.
So we know there's some new content coming this summer to hold us over until whatever comes out this fall. We just have no idea what's coming this fall or this winter like we normally do.
Yeah.
Now, my only question is this. Do they want the TV show and the Fallout games to compete with Starfield? Or would they want to maybe push it away a little bit? Does that make sense?
Yeah, they could, but if you think about it, though, I don't know if the TV show would necessarily compete with Starfield, because when people, like for example, I'm going to be playing Starfield. I'm going to be playing a lot of Starfield.
Absolutely.
But me and the wife, we like to hang out. We like to watch some television. And then I'm going to say, hey, honey, why don't we watch this new post-apocalyptic TV show, Fallout? I assume that's what it's called. And she'll say, sure. So as far as TV time and stuff, I don't think it's going to cut in all that much, Starfield, into the Fallout TV time. So I guess it being different, it being a TV show versus a video game, I guess that's probably why it wouldn't compete with,
well, I guess
at the same time work together. But
my question was, I guess, because we had talked about the TV show was going to drive people to the game, and that's why I'm wondering if they might push it away so they can do both. They can have the Starfield time
Yeah,
and then maybe a Fallout time. Could they
that'd be
possibly
nice.
push it to winter? I mean, they could, let it release in, what'd you say? The Last of Us came out in January, did you say?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't have to come out in spring, come out in January.
Yeah.
Could it be something like that?
It could, it could like that. That's the thing too with the. I just have all these thoughts in my brain, King. So the thing is, big BGS fans, right? Die-hard BGS fans, if you will. When Starfield comes out, it's where if you love Fallout, you're going to go back to it eventually, right? It's just the thing. You're going to go back to it. But if you're not a big BGS fan and you're not a big Fallout fan, but you love sci-fi space games, you're big into Mass Effect, Space Engineers, No Man's Sky, all that, then Starfield obviously won't affect you in taking you away from Fallout because you just love those kind of space games.
Right.
So in a way, they're two different genres. So if you want your post-apocalyptic fix, you could always go to Fallout. So that's why I don't necessarily think that there is much competition between the two games. Maybe I'm not looking at it in the right way. I might not be. But in my opinion, I don't know if it's going to affect it all that much. It could. It could. I could be totally wrong, and it could.
Right.
But yeah, it wouldn't shock me if it didn't. So there's my 2 cents opinion.
Okay, let me be the negative Nelly for a moment here.
Debbie Downer, if you will.
Yes, I am so hopeful they have a surprise for us. But let's just say, for some wild reason, that the things that have been going on with 76 and Bethesda, the trend continues. And for some reason, they don't have anything big coming with the Fallout TV show. That is going to be, and I don't have a big enough word, Joe. If they have not planned ahead to release something, whether it's a single player spin-off game, something with Fallout 76, I mean, I would have as much content as I could Fallout wise stacked up for the TV show. If they don't have something major to release with the TV show coming up, it is moronic.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. Of course.
And
I just don't think that it's competing with Starfield is my point.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Like, I think they could come out with the new stuff like in October, and that would be a month into Starfield. So I don't know how much competition the two are going to have.
They could do it at the same time. So it's possible at the Xbox Direct we could go ahead and get this would be great. Here's my wish list. We could go ahead and get a TV show trailer. They could go ahead and drop the Fallout 4 remaster with Creation Club that day and say it's ready right now. You just go ahead and do it for free.
Yeah, I'm salivating,
And give us the roadmap and say we've got something special planned for Fallout 76 relating to the TV show this fall. There you go. And give us a little trailer of that. Wouldn't that be awesome? Come on, Bethesda. Please tell me you've planned ahead. Please tell me somewhere somebody said, hey, this would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah, what if? A lot of what ifs here. What if they have that big announcement for 76? And what if 76 gets the same treatment that Fallout 4 is getting as far as the next gen upgrade?
Yeah.
And they're not saying anything. And they're leaving it, let's say, a surprise. How cool would that be?
That would be great.
That would be awesome.
That would be
and
great too.
Then in doing that, because it being the current Fallout game, then you produce brand new content, and it's almost like you just breathe brand new life into this title,
into the game.
And I think that would be huge for 76 if they did that.
Me and Joe were talking before the podcast, and sometimes we do damage to the podcast by talking beforehand because we
Yeah, we can't do that. Dang it.
But something was mentioned, and I really want to ask, and please leave a comment about this. I know everybody doesn't like Fallout 76, but those that have played it in the past and did like it, for me, I loved the game. I thought it had a charm, and notice I'm using past tense here.
Yeah.
It had a charm to it that was just unlike any other Fallout game. I love the West Virginia flair, the Grafton monster and the Mothman, and I mean it was just so unique and so wonderful. But it has lost its charm because they just quit feeding it. They really did. They've backed off of it for quite a while now, and quit giving us what we need. They're just. I mean, we're on life support with it.
Absolutely.
But tell me in the comments, has it lost its charm for you as well? It's needing something really big, in my opinion, and I'm the biggest Fallout 76 fan that's ever been. It's needing something really big to save it.
Yeah.
And what's sad is, me and you were saying, it's still making money. It has a big community. It's so sad if they don't treat that community right. They should treat the community right. I don't know. I don't understand why, with 5 studios feeding this game, why they can't give it enough good content.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If they're able to come out with a Fallout 76 upgrade, optimize it for the PS5, optimize it for the Series X, give a better option for PC players, it would be huge. It would be absolutely big. It's been 5 years since the release of 76. So that wouldn't shock me one bit if they went that route. I would love that if they did that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
Yep.
Do you know what's crazy though, King?
What?
Think about this. This is kind of off topic. When Fallout 4 came out 7 years after Fallout 3. We're getting the Fallout 4 next gen upgrade 8 years after its original the release. Is that incredible? Is that crazy?
It is. It is.
It makes you want to cry.
It does.
Oh, I'm gonna cry after this podcast now.
Well, what is so sad with modern Bethesda, and I don't know, this is a whole different podcast, and we're coming to an end, I promise. But
yeah,
what has happened is Bethesda has tripled, if not quadrupled, in size, and now under Microsoft even more. But yet, what we're getting content-wise has slowed down. I don't know, how would you say it? We're getting, when's the last time we've gotten a single player, Bethesda game? You just go through Elder Scrolls, Fallout, it would go back and see. Some years we got a game in 2 years. When was that? Was that Fallout and Oblivion that we got them in 2 years?
Oblivion to Fallout 3, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, man.
06 to 08, yeah. And then if you think about it, we got Fallout 3 to New Vegas 2 years. Yeah. I know it's not a BGS game, but still, it's a Fallout game.
Absolutely.
And then Skyrim a year after New Vegas. I know it's not a BGS game, but still.
But still, they've tripled, quadrupled in size, and now we've just slowed to a halt.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's honestly, it's confusing.
It is.
When I started making Bethesda content years ago now, I never thought that it would just... I feel like at this point we would have gotten a remake of some kind, another Fallout spinoff. at least those in the meantime, we haven't gotten that.
Well,
And it's confusing because of how much money the franchise makes.
Brother Joe, I can go back to our other podcast where I can say they need an Elder Scrolls studio, a Fallout studio.
Yeah,
They've got
yeah,
enough. They've got enough studios to do it, and we would sure get a lot more content. I think the fans
yeah.
would
I
be
love
happier.
it. I love it. But I mean, it'll. It depends what Microsoft wants to do
Yeah,
with it, and I also think a lot of Microsoft's attention right now is towards that Activision deal.
absolutely.
Right? Just imagine this. This is just a random thought, and I apologize. I know that Doom ID, right? Or the Wolfenstein, the Machine Games, didn't they help Fallout 4's gun gameplay?
id Software did, yeah.
Okay, and didn't Machine Games do that too?
I'm not sure about Machine Games. I know id did on Fallout 4. Machine may have. I mean, because they're both great at gunplay.
Just imagine the Activision sale goes through and you have people from Call of Duty help out with Fallout's gun gameplay.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be incredible.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that would be awesome. That was just an absolute random thought.
Last question for you, Joe, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
June 11th, of course, is the Xbox Direct, and then after that is the Starfield show. Any surprises other than what we've talked about today that you think is gonna come out of this? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to Starfield. I want to see more. I want to know more.
Do you think you're going to get any surprises out of the Starfield part?
Yes, I think there's going to be an online, not online,
A
a mobile
multiplayer?
Starfield game, 100%.
Oh, mobile game. Great.
Yeah, I think so, 100%. And it'll come out that day like they did for
Fallout Shelter. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. I also think you could see, as far as like the Xbox showcase goes, we're gonna probably see Fable.
Yep.
Right? There was a tease with Fable recently.
You think we'll
Probably
see Avowed?
Maybe.
I think
that would be nice.
I would think so. Yeah.
That would be nice. But the dark horse in all this, I would love to see a remake for Fallout. Well, it's not gonna happen. But I would love to see some kind of remake, whether that's New Vegas 3 or the first two.
Yep.
That would be sweet, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up on that.
Well, in line with last week's podcast and this week's podcast, they've got to have something planned for Fallout lining up with this TV show. You've just got to take care of the fans. Absolutely.
You would hope so.
You would hope so. Well, Joe, thank you, brother, for being here on the podcast. I love you being here. Y'all remember to subscribe to Joey Caps Gaming. That link is down in the description below. Also, his baseball channel is down in the description below as well. He is knocking it out of the park with that channel. It is called.
Yeah, it's going good. It's a blessing.
It is called The Shift.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about the Yankees. It should be about the Razorbacks, but that's all right. We'll let him go talk about them Yankees up there.
They wouldn't do well.
You be sure and subscribe to him as well. And if you're not subscribed to me, what are you doing? Come on, go ahead and subscribe.
Listen this far, subscribe. Dang it! Come on.
Subscribe. We will see y'all next week. Bye, guys. God bless.